The, bu- the business is never the problem. The industry is never the problem. Your mindset is. And for folks that have attended my section, you would have heard me say your mindset is your major asset. Invest in it. Don't negotiate every opportunity, every privilege you get to invest in it, because at the end of the day, that is your major capital. Your mindset is your major capital. And if you have been privileged to be with any multi-millionaire, any multi-billionaire, they are fond of saying this thing. They will tell you, if you take everything they have away from them today, give them 3 months, give them 6 months, they are going to recreate it. Why can they boldly say that? It tells you that what actually produced all the results you see around them is their mindset, is from within. What they have been able to hit within, that is what is finding expression without. That's the same thing with nutrition. When somebody is growing lean, what do you say they should do? You tell them to focus on their nutrition, that they are not feeding well. Exactly. That is how it is when you are not functioning well in the real life. Check your mindset. You are not feeding well. You are not feeding well, because once you are feeding well mindset wise, it would reflect in everything you do. Everything. Business, name it. Your mindset is powerful. Very, very powerful. And for in an industry like the kind of industry we're dealing with, your mindset, building, developing, investing in your mindset is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. So that is what led to the training we are having tonight, which is fixed mindset versus growth mindset. You will all agree with me that majority of Nigerians have fixed mindsets, and we're going to dissect it together. So let's go. Now, if you have anybody that is on that group that you so love, if you have to chat them personally, do that, because this section is going to be very powerful, very informative, very, very, very enlightening. And most of them don't go back to the YouTube channel to even rewatch. It shows the level of priority we place on trainings. I mean, I went far and beyond to learn all of these things. I dish out for free many times. The truth is, you guys make me feel like I need to start attaching money to my trainings, because I feel when the money is added, people value things differently. But this is just me being generous. It took me a lot to actually put all of this together. And here we're having 7 numbers. But anyways, what matters is if these 6 people that's on this Zoom call with me can get maximum value from it, I am fulfilled. So let's get right in. If you are ready to learn, let me say I'm ready to learn in the chat box. Give me some engaging whatever in the chat box. Let me see ready to learn in the chat box. If you are ready to learn, let me get some feedback in the chat box. Let me see I am ready to learn. Tonight is going to be very, very powerful. We're going to be shifting our mindset to another level entirely tonight. Entirely. Yes, I can. I like the energy I'm getting. Good. Ready to learn, ready to learn. Let me see the energy in the chat box. If you are ready to learn, let me see the energy in the chat box. Awesome. Awesome. Good. So now let's start from what a mindset is. Mindset are beliefs about yourself and your most basic qualities. Think about your intelligence, your talent, your personality, name it, your mindset. Your mindset. This is what your mindset is all about. 2 people can see the same thing differently. Why? Their mindset. Their mindset. The same place somebody is seeing abundance, another person is seeing insufficiency. What is the factor responsible for that? Mindset. Let me stream it down to our business line. The same way some people is saying, it's too hard. I can't do it. I can't talk to people. Talk to people. The same thing is what another person has built a multi-million dollar opportunity business from. So what is the difference between the two of them? Mindset. Mindset. The same opportunity that has made some people over 5 billion is the same opportunity that some people are still complaining about. Have you actually thought about it, that why is it like that? It is their mindset. And that's why you can't negotiate every opportunity you get to invest in your mindset. So your mindset is your asset, your beliefs, the way you think about things, the way you see things, your talent, your personality, your mindset. Very powerful. Now, let's start from kinds of mindsets. So let's start from the fixed mindset. Let's start from the fixed mindset. Now, a fixed mindset reflects a belief in natural talent. What that means is that qualities such as intelligence, creativity, talent, and predetermined are finite. What does it mean? Finite. That means they don't want to change. These qualities are so set that whatever you lack, you will continue to lack. Believe that intelligence is fixed. Intelligence is portrayed as an entity that dwells within us and that we can't change. Exactly. That's fixed mindset. So once they discover in one way or the other that they are the shy type, whenever an opportunity presents itself and it will require them to open their mouth to talk, they go like, I am shy. This one is not for me. I can't do this. I can't do that. And that is why they are still broke. Because Jesus himself came to the world, he still preached the gospel. He did not keep quiet. He did not keep quiet. I think, was it John 11:38 or John 10:38? How God anointed Jesus with the Holy Ghost and power, going about, preaching the gospel, doing good. That is our Jesus, your Jesus Christ, our Jesus Christ. He didn't say, I'm shy, I can't talk to people, I'm the Almighty, I'm not. He didn't do that. That is our Jesus Christ. Now, here you are, a believer at that. Yeah, man, I can't talk to people, I can't face 3 people, I can't do this, I can't do that. So, wait, tell me, are you expecting the money to come down from heaven into your bank account? I want to know. No, tell me. Are you expecting the money to just flow into your bank account just like that without opening your mouth to sell yourself, to sell your service, to tell people about what you do? This fixed mindset has limited a lot of people from going into their next level. Now, look at the brain fixation of a fixed mindset. Failure is the limit of their ability. They are either good at it or they are not. They don't believe they can get better. They don't believe they can learn it. They don't believe that they can improve. Once they find themselves being limited by that particular thing, they take it like that. They are never open to changes. And at any slight of challenges, they shrink. They don't like to be challenged. Once they see challenges, they shrink. Meanwhile, nothing gets better without challenges. Have you ever sat down to imagine a life full of bliss, no challenges, everything is just going through, no confrontation, nothing? It's going to be boring. You are not going to value life. It's the truth. And that's why God himself allows us to go through some challenges, because that is the only way you can come out better and stronger. But how be it that you have a fixed mindset, at any glance of challenges like this, you shrink. You shrink. And that's why you will never, it's not a cause. Most of the things many people call a cause or whatever is really not a cause. It's just as a result of the fact that they are not willing to change. They are not willing to change. They don't like to be challenged. It's either they can do it or they can't. No middle ground. They are not ready to learn. They are not open-minded. They are not teachable. Their potential is predetermined. If they happen to be someone that is dull, they believe they cannot learn anything. If they happen to be someone who is not good at a particular thing, they don't believe they can learn it. So in one way or the other, they are limited by every possible means. Once you meet someone with a fixed mindset, you can tell. And this is why the rich keeps getting richer, because they are not fixed minded. And we're going to get there. Go and observe 85 to 90% of the poor masses that you know today. Observe it. Take it from me. They have a fixed mindset. Their mindset is fixed. That's exact. It is really not about the fact that they don't have money. It's really not the fact that they don't have better network. It is bent. Go and trace it. Observe. You will notice that their mindset is fixed. And that's exact. See, even God in heaven cannot help them. There is nothing God can do to a mind that is not stretched take it from me. There is nothing God, even God, the creator of heaven and the earth, there is nothing he can do with a mind that is not stretched. That is why you see, and was it Abraham? He said, God told him, he said, leave your father's where you are used to. Go to a place where I will show you. Why did God tell Abraham that? Because he wants him to go beyond the normal, the norm. He wants him to see beyond the confines of his environment. He wants his mindset to grow beyond what the mind has been used to over a period of time. So you can see how dangerous it is to have a fixed mindset. Once they are at any slight of frustration, they give up. And you and I know that our business is tough. And that's why I celebrate anyone. I meet you and you tell me you have been 6 years in the network marketing industry, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years in the network marketing industry. I respect you differently. Successful or not, because it takes some level of gut, it takes some level of grit to actually stand your ground in the industry. It's one of the industry that has been bastardized. And that's why I said, like, I doff my hat differently for anybody. See, there are some industries that I respect differently. Network marketing is one of them. The forex market is one of them. Crypto is one of them. Those, see, we are not normal people. Anybody in those industries, we are not normal. And that is actually what it takes to pull something phenomenal. Because go and check, normal people don't do extraordinary things. Normal people don't do, like, you need to get yourself to a point where they start asking you that, is it everything you want to know? Because it is what you know that determines how far you can go. Fixed mindset set of people, they stick to what they know. They are never open to learning new things. If it's 2 plus 2, they know that is all they know. And in a ever evolving and changing world, you will be doing yourself great injustice to think that you will just stick to that which you have known. I mean, what you know for the past 5 years is still the same thing you are using. I mean, the same thing you know in 2020 is still the same thing you are operating with in 2025. Can't you see the world has left you behind? Can't you see your fixed mindedness is really doing a great injustice to you? So I need us to wake up. You can't be here. You can't want to build something phenomenal. You can't want to live wealth for your generation's generation and have a fixed mindset. It's not going to work. I owe it to you to tell you tonight that it is not going to work. So thereby, what do you need to do? Possess a growth mindset. This is where possibility abounds. Whenever you are looking for possibilities, people that have created endless possibilities, they have this kind of mindset. They see failure as an opportunity to grow. They can learn to do anything they want. They see challenges as an opportunity to grow. Their effort and attitude determine their abilities. They like their feedback. They appreciate feedback, constructive criticism. I mean, quite a number of Nigerians, they find it difficult to take corrections. And let me just use this privilege to say it. See, when it comes to correction, please play down on how old you are. Do you know how old I am? How will you be talking to me like that? How will you? Can you take, if you really know that thing, then you should not be corrected. Then we should not have any reason to correct you if you knew it. It takes somebody who is humble enough, who understand that they don't know that stuff. And fortunately or unfortunately, the person that is in the right position to teach you, you are older than him or her. Can you just be loyal and humble enough to learn? And knowing fully well that you can just be ignorant for that moment. Immediately you learn it, that is it. And they will not write it on your forehead that it was somebody that was younger than you that taught you. So why the pride? Calm down. Possess a growth mindset. A growth mindset, they like to try new things. They are always watching out for how to do things better. They are constantly upgrading. That is what makes growth beautiful. Constantly upgrading, constantly reinventing themselves, constantly working to become a better version of themselves. They are literally getting better every day. Just like I said here, a growth mindset is a belief that basic ability can continue to be developed, through the hard work and dedication. Let me use a good instance here. Some of us, I can't present. I don't know how to present. Now, let me just tell you what you don't know. When I joined this business, for the first 6, 7 months, I was attending practically every presentations people were doing in the office then. I remember I was in Kano then. I don't miss presentations. I will watch 3 people present. Watch this person present, watch this person present. I was watching them. Once I was done with service, thankful for the kind of upline I had. Sponsored me to go and take training in Abuja. Boom. I went there. I was listening to virtually all of them because I knew someday, somehow, I am going to come into the position of doing this. And here I am today. Same too. I went to Lagos. You would think I was crazy then. Like the way I was traveling up and about, learning everything I could lay my hands on because I knew I was going to create something phenomenal with the opportunity. I was not one of the people saying, I don't know how to talk, Gary, I can't present. I was never doing that. I practically learned from every leader I met then. I remember. I can't remember all of their names now, but when I see them, I remember them. Fantastic presenters. And it didn't jump on them. Let me just tell you. See, this thing will not jump on you. I remember then I would go again online. I would start watching their videos back to back to back to back. There was a particular video I lost count. I watched it to an extent that I can literally quote that person verbatim. Like everything is going to say, I can be saying it one after the other like this. That was how much I watched it. I watched it until I photocopied everything into my head. So you see me talking, doing all of this now, you just think it happened overnight. My dear, it did not happen overnight though. This is some level of years of consistency. So name it, whatever it is that we are doing here, you can learn it. Newsflash, you can do it better than I can do it. You just need to make up your mind to learn it. That was why that was what pushed me to create my YouTube channel, set up the YouTube channel for you guys. You guys barely go there to watch videos. Now, by the time we are done with this class now, I will upload it almost immediately. 80-90% of you guys will never go back there to rewatch. Now, you've forgotten that you're going to get to a point where you have leaders, 10 leaders, 50 leaders, 100 leaders. Now, you have not developed yourself. Now, what do you want to teach them? Obviously, you should know you cannot pour from an empty cup. This is the best time to start preparing yourself for what is ahead. Start nurturing yourself. Start investing in yourself. I was watching videos back to back like a crazy person. We have quite a number of videos on that my YouTube channel. I've done presentations back to back on mindset, on Project Activate, on the opportunity. Everything is there. Start watching it. See, I dare you. See, most especially for folks that say, I don't know how to present yet. I don't know how to do this yet. Create a timetable for yourself that you are going to be watching one video on that YouTube channel twice every day. Do it for the next 20 days and watch if you are not going to be fluent with presentations. Like, I'm challenging you now to challenge yourself that you are going to be watching each of those videos on my channels because, like I said, this training now is going to be back to back. Tomorrow again, we go again. I'm coming up with another fantastic training. You don't even want to miss out on any of our sections. From now till the end of the month, it's going to be back to back. Back to back. So you don't want to miss out. Now, imagine you are watching those videos almost every day. What you are doing to yourself, you are registering the information into your subconsciousness such that there is no way you get to that you cannot talk about the opportunity. That you can, when opportunity to present itself shows up to talk about the opportunity, you are flowing. Why? Because you have eaten enough. Like Yoruba will say, sorry for the Yoruba people that are not that don't understand Yoruba. Nǹkan tẹ́yẹ bá jẹ ló máa gbé fò. It is what you eat that will determine how much you can fly. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Stop waiting for me to say you are going to present next week. You are going to present next upper week. Of course, starting from next week, I already gave quite a number of you guys some assignment. Get ready to teach us. Giving you a topic, go and create a slide on it. Come and teach us. And I'm going to communicate the dates you are going to be teaching us next week. It is high time to start producing leaders. Leaders with a growth mindset. So get ready to grow. These innate qualities are just starting points with success. Being the fruit of effort, learning and persistence. Believe that intelligence is malleable. Now, when you say something is malleable, it is adjustable. Be flexible. Don't be rigid. You cannot want to make the best out of this opportunity and be rigid. One way. You are just one way. You are not malleable. It's not going to work. This is how I am. Me, I cannot do content. I cannot face the camera. I can't face 1,000 people. No, I cannot talk to 2 people. Well done. Shebi, that's why you have been. See now, you're already a billionaire now. You're already a multi-billionaire. See yourself like that. Enjoy the end of your life. It is the same you that has every legitimate excuses in this world. And look at your life. See, do you even love your life? Like, sit down. Like, where you're listening to me right now, ask yourself, do you even love your life right now? Do you like the way things are happening for you? Is this where you want to be by this time next year? It's high time you possess a growth mindset. Start develop. I keep telling people, stop waiting for me to come to your DM to remind you to read the book I gave you. It's me that gave you the assignment. I'm working on myself every day, every blessed day. See, in a day, I watch a minimum of 3 videos on train back to back. As I'm watching videos, I'm reading, I'm taking like back to back to back to back. Why? Because I know for the Zillionaire network to grow, I personally have to grow. I know once I'm not growing, the Zillionaire network will never grow. And I need you to start seeing it that way, that you're going to get to a level where you are going to create your own team, give it a name, and this is exactly the blueprint you are going to use to build your own team. Start laying a good legacy for yourself now, such that when your team members start coming in, they will be so happy to have you as their upline. They will be so happy to have you as their mentor. They will be so happy that they connected to the opportunity through you. And don't forget, people join people. They don't join the business. People join people. They don't know anything about M Global Empower Consumerism. It is you. They know. And once you don't work on you, they are not going to follow you. That is just the truth. The reason why quite a number of teams are all over and one team seems to be growing and another is not growing is because the person that is pioneering the one that is growing is intentional about becoming the best version of himself. And the one that is not growing and they are static is because they are not particular about growth. See, if you would become very deliberate about tonight's training and make up your mind to get 1% better every day, see, in the next 2-3 months, you will be amazed at what you are going to become. Some of you have personally used my money to buy you books. Some of you, till now, you have not finished reading. Now, this is me, but I used my own money to buy that book for you because that is a way of investing in you from a mentor to a mentee, from an upline to a success line. I gave you that book. Up until now, you have not finished that book. Now, are you doing me or you are doing yourself? Because the me that gave you the book, that was how I got to where I got to. And I'm even still developing myself. Growth mindset, guys. See, if you would work on this particular thing, the business will be see, everything about the business will be fascinating. Everything about the business will be exciting. Even on good, yes, capacity building. Capacity building, that's it. That's growth mindset. Capacity. Until you generate and develop some capacity, there are some kind of people that will never, I repeat, they will have the money like this. They will not join you. Not because the business has issues, but you are their issue. You are not growing. Where they left you last 2 months is still the same place you are. Where they left you last year is still the same place you are. So No, there's nothing interesting, fascinating, worth looking forward to about you. People don't join something that does not have momentum. Once you lack momentum, you lack capacity, you are not growing. Nobody's going to join you. That's the truth. Nobody is going to join you. So in growth mindset, people are made, not born. People are made, not born. Not, yes, personal development. Now, right now, ask yourself this question. 2025 started like 70 or 80 something days ago, right? We are like 80 something days into 2025. How many books have you read about the business, about money, about leadership, about, like, ask yourself, you are listening to me right now. At least if you are lying to everybody, you cannot lie to yourself. Right there and there, where you are listening to me right now, ask yourself, how many books have you read? This is the third month of the first quarter of the year. Have you even opened a book to read? Now you are wondering why you're not getting better. You are wondering why you are having issues. See, where you have issues the most is where you are least informed. I'll come again. Where you go and observe it, where you have issues the most is where you are least informed. Relationship wise, now it is even general, not even just about money or business alone. Go and check it. Is it about your relationship? Is it about your spiritual life? Is it about your finances? Name it. Once issues is getting too much there, it is not. See, stop blaming village people. Village people are even tired of your lukewarmness. They are not even the one here. And that's why the Bible said, my people perish because they lack knowledge. Yes, where you have the most issues is where you lack knowledge. Go and check it. Go and check it. So once you notice that you're having issues in a particular area, before you blame your village people, start from yourself. Blame yourself first. That what are you supposed to be doing that you are not doing? So you will now start saying, oh, okay. Now, you say you cannot present. How many videos of presentations have you watched? How many books on public speaking have you read? I cannot invite. How many trainings on invitation have you attended? Have you read GoPro? Have you read prospecting rules? Because really, if you look at it, you will realize that you are actually your problem. It is not village people. You are your problem. Check it. So whenever anything happens to you going forward, before you blame anything on the outside, turn the blame to yourself first and be honest with yourself. Why am I? See, after tonight's call, I need you to go and do a self-audit. Ask yourself this honest question. Why am I not growing? Your finances, your spiritual life, your mental capacity, whatever it is, ask yourself that question. Why am I not growing? Immediately you ask yourself that question. You now see, you get good and better when you ask good questions. Ask yourself good and better questions. Yes, GoPro is literally like the Bible of the network marketing. If you are listening to me right now and you have not read that book, you should get that book. You should not be a value connector and you have not read that book. Either PDF, either hard copy, whichever works for you. See, that book is so good that you cannot get tired of reading it. It's just like the same way you will never say you have finished reading the Bible, you dump it. That's the same way GoPro is. You read and read and read and read and read again because it is exactly like the Bible that you take to church. That's what GoPro is. So you cannot be on this Zoom call now and you are complaining. See, most of the things you are complaining about, you are the one that is not taking the required steps towards getting better at it. Let me put it to you. Everybody listening to me right now, you can present. You can be one of the best presenters. Everybody listening to me right now, you can be one of the best inviters. Everybody listening to me right now, you can be one of the best of the best of the best in any area in this industry. Name it. You know why? The people that are doing terrific things in righteousness in this industry, they don't have two heads. I was listening to Ambassador Mike Okoli in one of his videos, and he said something, and it's going to bless you. Let me share it with you. So he said, at some point in the business, he will build again everybody will go, it will scatter, it will build, it will collapse, it will build with people, it will collapse. He said he now paused. I think that was around, he said, like for the first 4 or 5 years, he said he will build, he will not be able to retain them, somewhere they will go. So he said he now sat down. Instead of him blaming his village people, do you know what he did? He said he now sat down, he went to buy books, locked himself up. He said it was when he read close to over 83, 82, 83 books in and around this opportunity. That was when he lost count. So when he was done doing that, he now started again, and boom, that was when Own Your Life became the name on everybody's mouth. From Own Your Life to what's it called? La Buena Vida. Now from La Buena Vida, they are doing Diamond Project. It did not just happen overnight. That Mr. Man went, it was deliberate. It was intentional. He said it himself. I listened to him. He said he was not working like he should when he started. He said he just knew there was something he was not he was supposed to do that he's not doing. And doing comes from what you know. You cannot do what you don't know. That's just the truth. You want to make 10 million naira. You are just a knowledge and information, a training, you are just one information away many times. Many times. He said he pays for expensive courses online to get mentorship from the best of the best in the game. I mean, imagine having Eric Kwok mentoring you, Tony Robbins, for folks that are familiar with these names I'm mentioning, having privileged mentorship with people like Tony Robbins, Eric Kwok, Les Brown, all these guys. So you cannot be learning from those top dogs in the industry and not have some level of it will show in your business, because I mean, these guys are not just, they have made a name in the industry. They have made a major name in the industry. So that's how intentional he was about growth. And is it not obvious to even to the blind that he has built an amazing business for himself? So you see that now, you admire that, but you've forgotten that a price was paid. A price was paid. Everything you see right now that you admire, even if it was given to you for free, just understand, just know that somebody somewhere has paid for that stuff. Just like the same way Jesus died for me and you on the cross. That was a price. You could not have died for yourself, right? Exactly. So just have it at the back of your mind that where this business is concerned, a price must be paid. You must pay a price. For every rice that you desire, there is a price. So once you're not paying the price, yes, no price, no price. No price, no rice. That is just the way it is. See, and I love one thing about God. He is not injustice. Like, see, he's not a injustice God. How will I put it? The universe will so compile with the level of. He said, when the clouds be full, it will empty himself. It will empty itself. You cannot be following the things you're supposed to do, and you will not see results. It's not possible. You are reading, you are like, you don't go a day without at least reading 10 pages of the particular book you are reading every day. You are attending trainings like this consistently every day. You are practicing what you are being told every day. Come on now, are you kidding me? It's going to show. It's going to show in your level of confidence. It's going to show in the approach you give to the business. Even people around you will notice that you have changed. That is a sign of growth. So what am I trying to make? What point exactly am I trying to make? Growth mindset will never jump on you. You would have to develop the culture, the habit of becoming intentional about it. See, one question I ask myself every day. Don't see, have you grown today? Have you grown today? What did you not know yesterday that you know today? And I think you should ask yourself those kind of questions. Like each and every day, be that deliberate that what did I not know yesterday that I need to know today? You need to learn new things every day. That is how you get better. So when you get to the stage, when you are talking to 10,000s, 100,000s of people, you can pour from the abundance of what you have loaded. You cannot be in this industry and be an empty vessel. You are not going. See, I'm going to put it to you directly. You are not going to succeed. Is the truth. They will not tell you, but me, I will tell you, you cannot be an empty vessel especially in the network marketing industry, and succeed. You are going to fail beautifully. Like your failure is going to be beautiful, so beautiful that you will like. Okay, maybe you will not like it, but I can assure you that it will be beautiful. The failure will be beautiful. You cannot be an empty vessel in this business and succeed. I'm telling you that you will fail. Like your failure will be consistent with the level at which you are not developing yourself. So this is a clarion call to you now, that what you desire, what you really want, the 10 million, 250 million, 1.5 billion, it is possible. It's just that it's on the other side of your growth. That 250 million will not come to this version of you. That is just the truth. This version of you cannot attract 250 million naira. This version of you cannot attract 1.5 billion. This version of you cannot attract 10 billion. Just know that of a surety. Let me ring it in your ears very well. So I don't know what you have written down as your financial goal this year. I would advise you go and revisit it again and ask yourself, if you are going to be honest with yourself anyways, that this version of this current you, can it attract what you have written down? You wrote 50 million naira down, 100 million naira down. Can this version of you, this current version of you, can it attract that kind of amount? Ask yourself, be honest. I mean, if everybody's lying to you, you know you cannot lie to yourself. Now, when it comes to networking, it is beyond you being intentional about meeting people. You also need to be particular about being someone that is worthy of being met. Like, let people meet you and be like, I want to associate with this person. Be someone of value that 2, 3, 4, 5 minute conversation with you, and people just want to be around you. People just want to do business with you. People just want to have things to do with you. Be that intentional about becoming the best version. See, networking is easier when you are more intentional about developing yourself than wanting to relate with developed people. You don't get it. Networking is much, much easier when you yourself, you are a person of value that people really want to hang around, people want to associate with you, than you wanting to associate with people of high values. People, don't forget that people of high values don't want to relate to people of low values. I hope you know. I just hope you know. They want to be found amongst the people of like-minded, people that are like-minded like them. In fact, if possible, people that even know more than them, not you. And where you make the mistake now is you see it as pride. It's not pride. Like an adage of Yoruba will say, Egbe yeleye ma water. It is the people that you are in the same caliber with you will move with. You cannot have a thousandaire mindset and want to be rolling with people that have billionaire mind. You cannot even start. You cannot stay there. You cannot even stay there. How do you want to get there? So you should be more intentional. You see, tonight's training, if you will take it to heart and work on it, your business will take a 360-degree turn. Like the level at which you will experience change, you will be wow. You become so intentional about getting better, becoming more valuable to the marketplace, and see how people will be. They will be the one coming. You will not even be. They will be the one coming to want to learn from you, to want to do what you are doing, because they have seen you as someone who can add to them, not someone who will take. Every valuable person is looking for someone that is also valuable like them, that they can exchange values together. So the question is, if they put you in the table of high network individuals, what value do you think you have that you're going to bring to the table? What are you going to bring to the table that will qualify you to sit on that table? Because you want to sit with them now. You have not asked yourself that, do you have what it takes to qualify to be on that table? And when you get to that table, you know what to say. What are you going to do there? They'll be having some kind of conversation and you will literally be lost. Why? You are not qualified to be on that table. You have not developed yourself. You have not worked on yourself. I hope I'm making sense. Hope this is making sense. If it's making sense to you, let me get some feedback in the chat box. I want to be sure I'm speaking to the right minds tonight. This night is not about making money, so everywhere is cold. This is, and you've forgotten that this is actually where it all starts. It starts from your mind, the ability to develop your mind. And that's why the last statement here says, growth mindset, people are made and not born. People are made and not born. People are made, yes, people are made and not born. So you need to understand, immediately you understand this, it is finished. You will be unstoppable. You will literally be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Now let's get to it. Tonight is going to be powerful. Now, this is to you with fixed mindset. Do you know? Because I'm sure most of you don't know. Do you know that Albert Einstein said, the teacher that taught Albert Einstein once said that he was academically subnormal? The same Albert Einstein that we are using to measure some level of intellectual quotient now, IQ, was once referred to as someone who was academically subnormal. Now, the same Albert Einstein, for those who know Albert, you can read up on Albert Einstein after this class. Go on. So these are the things. See, you need to be deliberate about learning. The same Albert Einstein that we are the solid man today, right? He was once an academically subnormal person. But what changed? He possessed a growth mindset. He did not allow what his teacher told him to limit him from becoming the best version of himself. And that's the same thing that I'm telling everybody who cares to listen tonight, that where you are right now, you can be better. You just need to give yourself the permission to grow. So I'm telling you right now, give yourself the permission to grow. Because if you're actually going to grow, it's up to you. You hold nobody. You don't need to take permission from anybody to grow. You are take permission from yourself. Give yourself the permission to grow. If the same Albert Einstein that we are referring and regarding today as the king of IQ was once academically subnormal, now tell me, what is it that is your weakness that you think you cannot get done, that you cannot work on, develop, and get better at? If the same Albert Einstein that we are talking about today, yes, type it in the chat box. Give yourself, write your name. Hi, Emmanuel Oluwadunsin. Promise myself that I'm going to give myself the permission to grow starting from today. Write it in the chat box. Make it a confession that you would give your permission, you give yourself the permission to grow from tonight henceforth. That you're going to give yourself the permission to grow and become the best version of yourself. In fact, write it on your status after tonight that I, Emmanuel Oluwadunsin, that give myself the permission to grow and become the best version of myself. I, Ifeoluwa, give myself the permission to grow and become the best version of myself. I, Mrs. Esther Tagwai, give myself the permission to grow and become the best version of myself. Make it, yes, I, Esther, give myself the permission to grow and become the best version of myself. That's the way forward. Now, let's proceed. Michael Jordan, I mean, quite a number of us should know Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, coach, said that he was not more talented than other people. The same, I mean, now the same big name, the almighty Michael Jordan, his coach once said that he was not more talented than other people. What did he do with that information? He turned it to the reason to become one of the best names to reckon with in basketball. There's no way you're going to talk about basketball now that you're not going to talk about Michael Jordan. I was reading about him recently, and I think they said how many shots was he taking before he became he kept practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing until he got to where he got to. And that's the thing. Give yourself the permission to see. You will give yourself a lot of permission to tonight. Give yourself the permission to fail forward and get better. Don't be ashamed to fail. And that's why the acronym for fail, how I see it, is first attempt in learning. It's okay. That's your first time. That's your first time in, yes, you cannot be ashamed to fail. Fail, learn from it, and move. The same Michael Jordan that we are all talking about today, he failed and failed and failed and failed and failed until he became the big name that we are all recognizing with today now. There's no how you're going to talk about basketball now that you are not going to actually talk about Michael Jordan, the almighty Michael Jordan. Why? I think that's one of the major things that is wrong with us in the world today. We are ashamed to fail. We don't want to fail. That fear of failure. His first attempt in learning is fine. This is a new industry. This is a new terrain. You will fail. Yes, it's fine. Fail. Learn. Why did you fail? Find out. Study and try it again. The person that did the light, the bulb, forgotten his name now, did it and did it and did it and did it and did it again until he got it right. Now, do you know one thing about success? Nobody will now care about how many times you have failed. You just need to get it right once. Once you get it right once like this, it can cover thousands of your failures of before. But then, how will you come into the full success when you don't give yourself the permission to fail your way forward? Fail forward. Fail forward. You do it today, you get it wrong, learn why you got it wrong, go again tomorrow, go again next tomorrow, go again until you become one of the best things that has ever happened in that industry. So give yourself the permission to fail. Give yourself the permission to fail forward. And don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Everybody has failed at some point. Nobody is perfect. I forget that thing. Nobody is perfect. Every maestro that you know today, every king in the industry that you know today, if they are going to be honest with you, at some point they failed. I just told you about Ambassador Michael Okoli. He failed. But he didn't allow that to stop him. And that's what has happened to many people in the industry. They fail, and as a result of that failure, they give up. They give up. They throw in the towel. They be like, it's not working. It's not for me. It's not this. It's not that. Full of excuses. Fail and move. Do it, and do it again. See, if I were you tonight, especially for those that say, I cannot present, I cannot do this, go and start watching. We have countless of videos on my channel. Start watching it. Create a slide. Face the mirror. Start presenting to the mirror. Present to yourself through the mirror. By the time you are doing it like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, you'll be shocked. You'll get better. You're not just intentional enough about the growth. That is why. The day you become intentional about the growth, you will shock yourself. And for you that is say, I'm shy, I can't talk to people, I can't talk to people. Start tomorrow. Walk up to a minimum of 2 strangers and say, hello, hi, my name is. They will not bite you. They will not kill you. Have you ever heard that somebody died as a result of greeting strangers before? Like you walked up to a stranger and said, hello, sir. How are you, sir? My name is Ifeoluwa Ezekiel. Nice to meet you, sir. Can I meet you? Have you heard that they killed someone for doing that? So tell me where the shyness is coming from exactly. I want to know. Why are you shy? Why exactly? Move close to the person. Wear a smile. Hello, sir. I love your shoes. Your shoes are so nice. Where did you get them from? Oh, I got them from that store. Oh, nice. Ah, by the way, Oluwadunsin by name. What's your name, sir? I'm Collins. Nice meeting you, sir. I mean, you have a good fashion sense. I would like to connect with you. Do you mind if I have your number? Have you ever had that when you do that, somebody will come and shoot you? Somebody will beat you? No. You are the one that has not giving yourself the permission to try it. Try it. See, when you do it, one beautiful thing about that stuff is you do it the first time. Go again the second time. By the time you are trying it the third, fourth, fifth time, bam, you've broken the ice. It will now be normal. But you will never get there until you take the first step. Take the first step first. Even if it's a common, hello, hi, I like your shoes. If that's all you will say, try it first. First of all, start by breaking the ice. Break the ice first. Learn to talk to strangers. See, can I be honest with you? Your 100% success in this industry is 80% strangers, 20% people you know, people you already know. So that is why I tell people, you are basing your level of success only on the people you already know. No. You don't know network marketing. You have not studied network marketing well. If you study it well, you will realize that where the major fortune is your ability to connect to people that you don't know at all. At all. I mean, I look at my network today, most of the people in it were once upon a time strangers. I mean, let's even start from each and every one of you here. Each and every one of you here were once upon a time you were strangers. Okay, so let's break it down. Okay, Mrs. Esther, I met her in Abuja. I've never met her before until I got to Abuja. She was once a stranger. I met her at the head office in Abuja. Ifeoluwa Ezekiel, I met her in a restaurant. Now today we are business partners, right? A stranger, once upon a time, a stranger. Okay, I don't know this Liz mate. I don't know this person. Nafisat Oluwadamilola, I met her in church. Once upon a time, we were strangers. I never met, I have not met, I've not seen her in my dreams. I met her for the very first time in church, and now she's here, a stranger. This I've never met Osinachi Joel too. I've never met him before. It was through the Project Activate video on Instagram. That was what he saw. He sent us a DM. We presented to him, and boom, he connected. He was once a stranger who is here again. So that's to tell you that most of the people, okay, I don't know this Uche now too. Most of the people that you are going to coach Vera too, I didn't know her before. I met her in Abuja. She was once upon a time a stranger. So tell me exactly why you are allowing, I don't know too much people, I don't know how to talk to people. You better break that ice. Look at your bank account. Do you like what you are seeing there? Or do you think money is going to come down from heaven? If you are sleeping, you better wake up. Now, let's proceed. I'm sure you guys know Walt Disney. Aha. He was once told that he lacked creative imagination. The same Walt Disney. For those that know Walt Disney, now he created the best comics, the best, what's it called? Cartoons. I mean, Walt Disney is a household name now. But he was once told that he lacked creative imagination. Now, what did this guy do differently? They possessed a growth mindset. Each and every one of you listening to me right now, at some point, they have told you that you can't do this, you can't do that, and you accepted. You gave yourself the permission to be like that. No, you will not be able to do this, and you accepted. See, the fact that they said you cannot do it does not make it true. It became true. Immediately you accepted. Immediately you accepted that you can't do. They said it, and until you accept it, it is not true. Until you, let's say, you are a liar, and yes, I'm a liar. Immediately you are, it became true when you accepted it. But when they say you are a thief, and no, I'm not a thief. So if they like, they shout that you are a thief 10,000 times. So far you don't accept, it is not true. So apply it to every other area that they have talked down on you on. You are not fine. Immediately they tell you are not fine, and you accept that you are not fine, then it becomes true. But when they tell you are not fine, you look at them, you smile. Like, have you seen? Show me another more beautiful person you will meet today, if not me. That is, you need to be, oh God. I don't know how better to put this to you. Self-awareness is actually key. And the understanding of the fact that you need to be growing daily. You cannot come to me now and be telling me some kind of nonsense. I'll just be looking at you. Because if you know the person you are talking to, you will not even bother going there. There is nothing you want to say in a negative way now that will even get to me. It will not get to me at all. You know why? I am aware, like I am 279% aware of who I am. And I'm someone who is I'm a growth fanatic. I am very, very intentional about growth. So before you go try, before you say something that will get to me, you will try. That's and that's the kind of mind you need to have if you are going to pull anything big. Now, the two mindsets. Fixed mindset, intelligence and talent are fixed at birth. Now, you all hear people say, I'm shy, I'm this, and two people are like that. One decides to have a fixed mindset, another decides to have a growth mindset. Now, don't forget that at some point they were in the same category, the same personality. But what brings about the change for the other person? He accepted to grow. Intelligence and talent can go up or down because you know that there is always a privilege to get better. Something can change. You are a big believer in change. A big believer in change. Now, the fixed mindset, the brain is static. The talent and giftedness are permanent. You don't want to, there's nothing they want to show you that you will take in. Why? Because your mindset is fixed. It's fixed. So nothing more. You cannot welcome anything more. You cannot tolerate anything more. Why? Because your mindset is fixed. Your mindset is fixed. But talk about the growth mindset. The brain is malleable. It's malleable. It's malleable. Every time you learn something, you want that. This is the kind of mindset you need. This is the kind of mindset you need. Be flexible, be malleable. You cannot, you say you cannot do this. Have you actually asked, okay, what do I need to do to learn this thing? Ask questions. Zilonia, I want to learn how to do this thing. Come and teach me. What will it take? Do I need to pay you? Do I need to do this? Ask questions. It should see, growth is deliberate. Growth is intentional. Most of these things I know now, I did not know them before. I learned it. So if I learn, you too can. If I can, you too can. You just have to be malleable. Every time you learn something new, the brain forms new connections. Why? Because you did not know that stuff before, but immediately you know it, your brain retracts and adjust to that new thing and connect better with it. And that's why, see, let me use food for instance. Now you hear people say, when someone is slim, unusually slim, you hear them say, this person is not feeding well. Abi, when somebody is so slim, like his neck is very long, what are you quick to say? You go like, this person has not been eating. Have you been fasting? Have you been on 100 days fast? That's what you say, right? Exactly. That's the same thing with your mind. Some people are so fat physically, but their mind is as slim as the broom, a stick of a broom. That's how slim their mindset is. Why? They have not fed it in a long time. No new information, no training, no exposure, nothing. So the same way a physical body can be slim as a result of poor nutrition is the same way your mindset can shrink as a result of poor nutrition. Feed your mind and be deliberate about it daily. That was why we created the Zilonia Growth Circle. It's only, I think it's only Ife Oluwa that is still maximizing that group. Everybody has slept. Everybody has slept. You cannot get better by accident. I hope you know. Growth is never accidental. Growth is never accidental. Now, I'm sure you can see what is on your screen, right? Good. So let's start from the fixed mindset. Fixed mindset intelligence is static. So it leads to a desire to look smart and therefore a tendency to avoid challenges. But on the other hand, the growth mindset intelligence can be developed. It's not static. It leads to a desire to learn and therefore a tendency to what? Embrace challenges. Because without challenges, you will not grow and get better. Can you see the difference? The fixed mindset is avoiding challenges. The growth mindset is embracing it. Can you see it? The fixed mindset gives up easily as any slight sight of obstacles. The growth mindset what? Persist in the face of setback. Can you see the difference between giants and mediocres now? This is it. Their mindset. Their mindset. Their mindset. Good. So I'm sure there is nobody on this Zoom call now that don't know these people on your screen. You at least you know these people on your screen, right? Good. Now take a good look at them. Because you think all these great men, they just happen overnight. They did not happen overnight. It took them some level of intentionality and the ability to be extremely deliberate. Now let's start from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett says, I spend 5 to 6 hours. Listen, 5 to 6 hours per day reading 5 newspapers and 500 pages of corporate report. That's Warren Buffett, the owner of Omaya. Bill Gates said he reads 50 books per year. Did you see that? 50 books. Now, this is the third month. Some people cannot even boast of the fact that they have read one book, just one book in 3 months. They have not opened one book and finished it successfully. And they are the same person who wants to be successful. They are the same person who wants to make 3 billion. They have not read one book. One, just one. What I'm even going far. They have not read 3 pages of one book. That's your Bill Gates. 50 books per year. In the 2016 New York Times interview, he said, reading is still the main way that I both learn new things and test my understanding. He learns new things and tests his understanding. Now, what are you learning? What new things are you learning? How are you testing your own understanding? Let's go to Mark Zuckerberg. These are the great men you admire. Shebi, you can see them. I'm sure you can see them. Mark Zuckerberg reads at least one book every 2 weeks. Now, if you calculate it in a month, that's 2 books in a month, right? Because we have 4 weeks in a month. So he reads at least one every 2 weeks. That's 2 per month. That's like 24 books in a year. His 2015 emphasis was learning about different cultures, beliefs, histories, and technology. See, let me tell you one thing, one bitter truth. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. You didn't hear that. I'll say it again. Type it in the chat box. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. That is why you have many people in church, they can pray fire down. Whereas they are not learning anything. Courses they are not taking. Trainings they are not going to. Business they are not learning. But they can pray from now till Jesus comes. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. The only solution is acquiring knowledge, reading, learning. So if you're not going to pick anything from this Zoom call tonight, pick that one, add that one to it. See, I want everybody to type it in the chat box. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. Ignorance, write it on your status. I said that. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. The only solution to it is learning. Learning, and that's why many times when God wants to actually pave way for someone, He connects you to someone that will open your eyes of understanding. It's not like that will do in Jesus' name. Take it, take it, take it. No matter how that, take it, take it, take it. If you don't learn, nothing will happen. Nothing, nothing. Shibo, you will not make. Because they need someone to be telling you this thing almost every now and then. That the success you are looking for is not going to be, it's not magic. The God we are serving is not a magician, he's a miracle worker, and he's big on principles. Mind you, he's big on principles. And that's why God cannot do so much with you. Why? Your mind is fixed. You are not expanding your mind. You are not exposing yourselves to better things, new things. Some people today still see traveling as waste of money. It's not waste of money. It's another way to work on your mind. I mean, there are some things you will never consider possible until you leave that your comfort zone, that your place you are used to. Go out sometimes, just go out of that your normal environment. Go to better places. Go to nice restaurant. If it's 1 table water you will buy, go there. Go, just allow your mind to experience something different. Change. See, today, change all these things. See, this class, once I put it up on YouTube, watch it a minimum of 2-3 times so that all what I'm saying can sink in your head. Ignorance is not a demon. You cannot cast it out. The only solution to it is knowledge. Now, the almighty Elon Musk said, I grew up reading books. I grew up reading 2 books a day. See, now, can you see the magnitude? Can you see now that the whatever is not, is predictable? Now, what's it called? Warren Buffett said he reads 5 to 6 books. He reads 5 to 6 hours per day. Bill Gates said he reads 50 books per year. Mark Zuckerberg said he reads at least 1 book every 2 weeks. Now, hear what Elon Musk said. He grew up reading 2 books a day. It is not in a week, oh, not a month, a day. Now, imagine someone that is reading 2 books in one day. So that means in a week, that is 14 books. Let me help your mind now. That means in a week, 14 books. Good. Now, that means in a month. That's how many in a month? That's 40. That's 50. Yeah. 4 times 4. That's 56. That's 56 books in a month. Now, imagine how many books that is in a year. Let's do the math. 56 times 12. That is 672 books in a. Now, tell me how you want to beat this kind of person. Tell me how it will not be disrupting everywhere. When somebody, it cannot be normal. Somebody like that cannot be normal. If so is reading 2 books a day, in a day, 2 books every day, consistently. So it will be very close to being mad. Of course, mad in a good way. Why? Because a lot is happening in that his head. A lot is going on, and that is why he can think the way he thinks. He can do the things he does the way he does, and all of the things that you see him produce is a result of his mindset. Can you see now that anybody can actually get to the pinnacle? You just need to make up your mind to grow. To grow. According to his brother, and he taught himself engineering, and now imagine he was so that basically he was self-taught, because I think he left school quite early. He taught himself engineering and rocket science. He literally taught himself engineering and rocket science. Now here you are still waiting. In fact, we even thank God, at least the trainings are there, but they will still remind you to show up. They will still remind you to show up. And here is someone, he literally taught himself. I mean, I don't think there's anybody in this world that don't know Elon Musk now. But it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight. Now, why you need to embrace growth mindset? You will enjoy life even when you are not good at it. You will be able to improve. See, one of the best things you can do to your relationships is to become the best version of yourself. Because when you become the best version of yourself, you will be more useful to your circle. You will be more useful. Strengthen your confidence. You know, when you know something, it has a way of, it will, see the way I'm talking. Of course, you can tell that I'm not pouring from an empty cup. It will strengthen your confidence. It will improve your self-insight and self-esteem. You will be better at taking responsibility for your life. You see why growth is beautiful now? And I'm sure you are going to do it starting from today. Go and put systems and structure your life in such a way that you will be growing daily. You will be growing daily. Now, how to develop growth mindset? You might have to screenshot this. Well, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, so you can always go back there. How to develop a growth mindset. Number 1, acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. First of all, acknowledge and embrace your imperfections. Understand that you are not good at that thing and be humble enough to learn. Many people, many Nigerians most especially, once they are not good at that thing, they give up. They accept that once they are not good at it, then that is it. Who told you that you cannot get better? Who told you cannot learn it? The people that are doing it, do they have 2 heads? So acknowledge and embrace your imperfections and learn to get better. Then view challenges. Second one, view challenges as opportunities for growth. Whenever you are faced with any challenges, see it as an opportunity to grow. That, okay, what is this thing trying to make out of me? Because you don't conquer what you run away from. You only defeat what you move close to. Face it. Learn and grow. That's how you become a better version of yourself. See and every form of challenges as an opportunity to get better, as an opportunity to become the best version of yourself. The third one, follow the research on brain plasticity. Now, you must understand that your brain is elastic. You can stretch it. In case you don't know, you can stretch it. It can accumulate limitless information. You are the one not stretching that brain of yours. Make that your brain to sweat. Let it sweat. Read books, take classes, take trainings, go for stretch it. Stretch it. The fourth one, replace failing with learning. Whenever you fail at something, understand that you just learned another way in which that stuff will not work. Once you start seeing failure that way, welcome to endless possibilities. Once you start seeing failure that way, welcome to, see, let me clap it for you. Welcome to endless possibilities. You tried it and you failed. That is a good indicator that, okay, it will not work like this. So yeah, what's another way? Move on to the next. Don't start sobering. I failed. It did not work. Alaye, move on. Get to the next thing. Try another one. That second one might be the one that will work. And if that one too did not work, learn from it, move to the next. That is life. Yeah, we live in a world where they don't get to tell us that failing at something is okay. So you now see failing as an offense, failing as a sin. Or where did you see anywhere in the Bible where God said failing is a sin? Show me, because I want to know. Provided it's your first time attempting that stuff, understand that it is okay to fail. It is okay. It becomes abnormal, or it becomes not okay when you don't even fail at it. Fail at it first and learn. It now becomes not okay when you are not learning from it. That's where the problem is. But fail at it is okay. But make sure you learn from it. Pick the lesson from that failure, because the lesson you are picking from that failure is your asset. The lesson you pick from that failure is now your asset, because now when you're now mentoring and teaching people, you have now understood how that it will not work that way if they do it the way you did it when you started. Can you see how that has become asset now? Exactly. So when you start seeing failure that way, it makes a major difference. And lastly, cultivate a sense of purpose. Cultivate a sense of purpose, knowing fully well that this right here is beyond you. You are doing this to change lives. You are doing this to bring about endless possibilities. You are doing this knowing fully well that when you are gone, your generations will live to celebrate the fact that you came. You leave some level of footprint in the sands of time. Cultivate a sense of purpose. Cultivate a sense of purpose. Now, we'll focus on the growth mindset. Those with a growth mindset tend to create learning goals. This is what I'm talking about. See, you cannot be living this Zoom. Okay, we are 10 before now, we are 7. That's part of what we are saying. Now, those with a growth mindset tend to create learning goals. Like they automatically set up their environment in such a way that, okay, I want to, in the next 2 months, I'm learning this. In the next 2 weeks, I want to read about this. In the next 4 weeks, I want to take course on this. They have learning goals. 2025 is not just going to be a different year from 2024 if you don't become intentional about growth. That's just the truth. See, I think I started the year saying this to quite a number of us. The difference between 2024 and 2025 is the kind of growth and the mind you introduce to it. If the same thing you did in 2024 is the same thing you are doing in 2025, you are living nothing but a repeated year. You are repeating 2024 in 2025. So to say, you are experiencing another 2024. You are not in 2025. That's the truth. Those with a growth mindset tends to create learning goals. Their goal is mastery and competence. They are trying to get better at that thing every day. They are looking for ways to get better every day. They are pursuing mastery. They are pursuing competence. The scores and marks reflect how they are doing now and do not measure their potential. They create goals for learning in order to increase performance. Okay, am I better here now? Now, look at yourself. Are you better? Can you say you are better? Look at January. Look at February. Now we are in March. Can you say that you are getting better? If you are going to be honest with yourself, ask yourself that question and answer it yourself. They create goals for learning in order to increase performance and enjoyment and decrease negative emotions. Now, a full modern philosopher asserts that An individual's intelligence is a fixed quantity, a quantity which cannot be increased. We must protest and react against this brutal pessimism. With practice, training, and above all, method, we manage to increase our attention, our memory, our judgment, and literally to become more intelligent than we were before. See, an average human being, the truth is, an average human being don't want to stress, don't want to stretch, don't want to push. So you must take conscious effort of not becoming like an average human being. Because naturally, if you go with your body all the time, you will never amount to anything. Because your body naturally loves comfort. You know, it's what you know. Yeah, it loves comfort. You are the one that will now take responsibility for that body and push it. Push your brain, push yourself. Because if you don't, I'm sorry, there's nothing that's going to be in your dictionary that will look like success. Learning helps our neurons grow. Do you know? The more you learn, the more connections they make. When you read go and observe it. When you read a new book, you think differently. You act differently. It shows in the way you talk to people. That's how powerful learning is. Observe it going forward. When you begin to learn new things, you see the way it will be reflecting in your day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities. Now, neurons are nerve cells that send messages all over your body to allow you to do everything from breathing to talking, eating, walking, and thinking. This is what I was talking about in the previous slide. So when you learn new things, it automatically sends message to your neurons. It affects how you talk, how you eat, how you walk, how you think. And that's why there's this verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so he is. And what affects the quality of your thinking? What you take in, what you learn, what you read. The same way what you eat reflects in your physique. That's the same thing. What you read, what you see, what you learn, what you expose yourself, it affects the quality of your thinking. The quality of your thinking. So once you have a poor thinking, then of course you should not be shocked that you are going to be poor, because you have poor thinking. When they are showing you opportunity, all you are seeing is impossible. And it's not your fault. It's just the quality of your thoughts. And go and check it. Whenever you show people an opportunity, it is their thought. Check their thought pattern. It is their thought pattern that affect the response they give you. Is their thought. It's not them that is talking. That's the quality of their thought, the way they see things. So if you want to change your mindset, you need to, number one, pay attention. You should be screenshot. Well, it's going to be on the YouTube channel, so you can go back there and learn. See, this is one training you should not watch nothing less than twice. Again, number one, pay attention to learning. Focus on what focus on what am I learning rather than focusing on how I feel. Leave your feelings. See, if you put your feelings in the driver's seat, you are going to have accidents. I can guarantee you. So put your ability to learn in the driver's seat. Focus on what are you learning, not how am I feeling. You will attend to your feelings later. Focus on what you are learning. Try out new ways of doing things and seek out challenges. See, don't be comfortable. This is one of the secrets to why you are actually where you are. Don't be comfortable. One of the biggest undoing of Nigerians is comfort. Comfort. They are too comfortable. And they go and find out they are poor. They don't have money, but they are comfortable. Very comfortable. And that's until you are comfortable being uncomfortable. A lot of things will not change in your life. A lot. Not even about finance. A lot. Everything. Name it. Once you find out that you are comfortable with that thing, forget it. It's not going to change. It's not going to change. And that's what I tell people. Anger is a gift of God to man. Now, in this context, let me use it in the right context, because, of course, anger lies in the bosom of a fool. But in this context, what you don't get angry about, you permit. You didn't get that? What you don't get angry about, you permit. Until you get angry with being broke, you will keep permitting it. Until you get angry with being fixed-minded, you will not possess a growth mindset. Apply it to anything that you don't like around you now. Until you get angry at it, it will not change. It will not change. It will not change. Sometimes I sit down and this holy anger just wells up in me that, I'm not supposed to be here. And that's what is driving me. You can tell. I know where I'm going is far. So I do everything possible to push. Why? Because I am angry at the fact that I don't like where I'm currently. I'm grateful. But I'm not satisfied. I want more. And it can only happen when you get angry without your current state. So what you don't get angry at, you permit. You permit. Use self-motivating statements such as, the harder it gets, the harder I try. Some of you need to turn this to your mantra. The harder it gets, the harder I try. Because there's this idea that says, tough time never lasts, but tough people do. It's the truth. Tough time never lasts, but tough people do. So the harder it gets, the harder you should try. The harder it gets, the harder you try. You know why you should do that? Because it is forming a stronger you, a better you. That way, try things that are challenging. Start trying things that challenge you. You cannot present. Go and try it. You are shy. You don't know how to talk to strangers. Go and try it. Try things that are challenging going forward and see how you become better. It is not always important that know how to do something at first. It is not important you know how to. I've said it before. You don't need to know how to do it very well from the beginning. Just keep doing it. It is from the doing. So I don't know how to present. You will only know how to present when you keep presenting, not when you don't present at all. You don't know how to invite. You will only get better and know how to do it when you start doing it. That is when you start discovering better ways on how to handle it. So understand that it is not always important that you know how to do it at first, from the start. Start first and get better along the way. Am I making sense? Establish a growth mindset. Establish a growth mindset. Learn, and learn. It's more important to learn than get good grades. They will not tell us these things in school. I hope you know there are two different things. Learning something and getting good grades, they are two different things. Focus on learning and improving. I can go all day on this. I'm just trying to keep it simple now. Realize hard work is also key. Put in a lot of work and effort into learning. I think it was Jim Rohn that said, you get better. If you work on yourself, if you work better at your job, you can make a living. But if you work harder on yourself, you can make a fortune. What he was trying to say there is, work hard on yourself. Learn, work hard, learn, grow, evolve, develop. Seek challenges, focus on strategies, effort, struggle, and persistence despite the setback. Keep pushing it. Then set feedbacks, capitalize on mistakes, confront your deficiencies, reflect on different strategies that works and don't work. Focus on learning and improving. Doing all of this is going to be a game changer for you. So as you face challenges, setback, and criticism, listen to the fixed mindset voice and talk back to it with a growth mindset voice. Did you get that? As you begin to face challenges going forward, setback and criticism, listen to the fixed mindset voice on your inside and reply back with the growth mindset voice. You might not see it, but are you sure? So coming from the fixed mindset now, are you sure you can do this? Maybe not, maybe not. Reply with the growth mindset. I am not sure I can do it now, but I think I can learn to with time and effort. What if you fail? You will be a failure. Reply. Most successful people had failures along the way. If you don't try, you can't persist, you can fail. If I don't try, I automatically fail. Where is the dignity in that? Are you seeing the response now? Are you following? This is not going to take you anywhere. That is so wrong. Basketball wasn't easy for Michael Jordan, and science wasn't easy for Thomas Edison. They had a passion and put in tons of effort, and they are where they are today. It's not my fault. It's the fault of something If I don't take responsibility, I can't fix it. Let me listen, however painful it is, and learn whatever I can. Can you see the way you are tackling the fixed mindset now? That's exactly what you need to do to conquer your fixed mindset. I want to believe each and everyone that stayed to the end, you got value. So if you got value, let me see value in the chat box. If you got value, comment. If you are listening to this on YouTube, comment value if you got value. If you got value, let me get value. Let me get value. Let me get value. You got value. You got